Welcome back to East Texas Live here on KETK. Joining us now is Rebecca with the Pineywood Substance Abuse Coalition, and you guys have set up a new drop box location for prescription drugs. Explain the drop box setup.
So the new drop box is in Gladewater Police Department. They reached out to the coalition and said we really want to help with this initiative. So people can just drop off their prescription drugs there and know that they're out of harm's way and they won't fall into the wrong hands.
And why is it so important to get these drugs off the streets, especially if they're just sitting in people's cabinets?
Right. So one of the focuses of prevention now is just reducing access that people have to prescription drugs. Whenever we survey teens who abuse prescription drugs, they say typically they get them from friends and family, and sometimes they will take them from an unattended medicine cabinet.
And that's what it looks like too, right?
Yes, yes, that is the Gladewater box.
Okay, and especially, why is it so important to even have a conversation with our teens to let them know the dangers of prescription drugs in general?
So a lot of teens think, oh, well, it's prescribed by a doctor, it's not that dangerous, but we are seeing, especially opioid overdoses, increase over time. There were 72,000 people that died of an overdose in the last year, according to the CDC. So we really need to get that message out there to teens and as well as parents, and just, get these drugs out of your homes, make sure they aren't available to be abused.
And you're naming some statistics. How does East Texas look compared to other areas?
Well, there's actually a lot of prescriptions written in this area per capita. There's about 209 prescriptions written for every 100 people in the Region 4, which is what we cover. So that's the East Texas, that corner of East Texas.
That corner of East Texas. Wow.
So just it's important to reduce access to these drugs because there's so many out there and they're so readily available.
Right. And are there any key ones that people need to look out for, or that are more high in demand on the street that you can get off?
Right. So controlled substances, things that are you're going to be easily addicted to. Right. So that can be like ADD medication. But what we really are concerned about is opioids, and those are the prescription painkillers that you get after you've had a surgery or something like that. And people get hooked on those so fast, and they can be so deadly. Now,
and I know you also have I guess, a little bag that people can actually use to get rid of prescription drugs. Explain this.
Right. So this is a prescription drug disposal bag, and we partner with different agencies across the area. There are a couple of Berkshire's pharmacies that receive these, and Hospice of East Texas receives these as well, and a couple of police departments. So people just drop their prescription drugs into these, fill it up with warm water, give it a little shake, throw it in the trash, and they're landfill safe.
Really?
And it gets those drugs, again, out of your home and make sure they don't fall into the wrong hands.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Coming up here on East Texas.